Well, hi there, folks. Hey, I'm gonna take a little trek down the North Country Trail here. I don't even know how far it is out there to where I'm going. But the Forest Service and the North Country Trail, with some other volunteers, replaced an old bridge down here. Now, I've been encouraged by a few of the Forest Service employees to hike in there, Sty, and take a look at that new bridge. You'll be amazed. And they said, well, why you'll be amazed is because it's so over-engineered. They said it crosses a creek you can step across. And they said it's an amazing bridge for just a simple creek crossing. Right here is the last big timber from the old bridge. But all the material from the old bridge had been hauled out here and stacked up here by the road. I'm in Beaver Lake Campground. I was here doing my daily chores, and I thought, well, the forecast says it's going to be awful hot this afternoon and a possibility of scattered thunderstorms. So I thought, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to hike in there before all that happens. And it's still cool enough, it's in the mid-70s, that it should be a very comfortable hike. And I thought, I'll bring you guys along. So let's hike in there and take a look at this new bridge they put on the North Country Trail. I'll see you on the, well, I'll film the trail in, and I'll see you at the bridge. Well, folks, we're going to head into that new bridge. There we are, North Country Trail. No ATVs. There's a map of the North Country Trail right in there. I don't need that map today. It's very simple. All I have to do is head down this trail and keep heading northeast, and I will come up on that new bridge I was talking to you about. Now it says to the North Country Trail, and that's because this is a little spur that comes off of the North Country Trail to Beaver Lake Campground, which a lot of North Country Trail hikers like to stay as a one-nighter over here at Beaver Lake, just to take a single night break in a regular campground. And this little spur isn't really that far out of their way. So, because this isn't much of a hike in, I just brought some water with me today. Very nice trail, you can see. Very nice. Clean, level, nice ground to hike on. It's a beautiful forest in here. Beaver Lake is remote, so you know this whole area is fairly remote and heavily forested, and a lot of people love this section of the North Country Trail because of that. Okay, now we're coming up on a spot here that I want to point out to you all. This is such a nice day for hiking. Oh, loving it, loving it. See, now here's the actual North Country Trail, and it's showing Beaver Lake Campgrounds off to the left. It says, come clean, leave clean. Don't leave any invasive species in your tracks. Certain plants can get on your shoes, and you can track them for miles down these trails. What do they have in this ammo box? They've got a little log book, which is awesome. Plenty of pencils. What else they got in here? Oh, of course, they've got the Chequamegon, the North Country Trail through the Chequamegon Forest maps in here. Very nice that they did that. On my way out, I might stop and read some of the entries on the logbook. They can be quite interesting. You find something like that, make sure to lock it up again, because they're watertight. And here's information on invasive species, different plants that we can be tracking around on these trails with us. And down here, there's a boot brush down here. You clean your shoes off here in that boot brush, and it takes all those potential seeds off of your boots. Okay, so here we are at this is the spur. The spur was very short. North Country Trail goes down there to the right, and it goes down here to the left. The bridge is down here to the left, and that is where we're headed. So, ooh, I didn't bring any bug spray, and the bugs don't seem to be bothering me unless I stand still. So I'll just keep moving. This is a beautiful trail as far as I'm concerned. Look at these beautiful ferns in here, big ferns. They're all over. But this is a perfect trail as far as I'm concerned for someone like me that wants to pay attention to every little thing that's along the trail. You're not just trying to get miles in. You just want to see things. You just want to kind of pay attention to what's around you and look at the uniqueness of different things. And the some people don't care to hike with me because they say I'm too slow. Well, different types of hiking. Some of us want to take it nice and slow and take in everything that's around them and try not to miss anything. And then there's others that just want to get the miles in, you know, point A to point B. I'm one of those. I want to catch it all I can. It's hard to believe, you know, the amount of traffic that the North Country Trail actually gets. But there's very few through hikers on the North Country like there is on the Appalachian Trail, on the Pacific Crest Trail, on the Great Divide. All of the major trail systems, this one doesn't get as many through hikers, and it's because it's so many miles and as it's called, North Country. You're in the North Country, and the seasons are not long enough to make a through hike of the North Country Trail unless you start in the early winter. So you're going to have a good month, probably a month, close to a month, of hiking in the winter, late winter, rather, in the spring of the year. And then at the end of the trail, you're going to be hiking for about anywhere up to a month, again, in the winter. That's how long the trail is. Got a big old toad crossing the trail there. Here we go. We're coming up on the bridge. See, it's a beautiful trail. This is downhill, by the way. If the camera's not catching it, you'll realize it on our way back, the uphill side of it. Well, I'll show you now. There you go. All the way up there. Yeah, this is all downhill down here. And this is the creek down here, and this is the bridge they built. I can tell you a little bit about it. There it is. Now this bridge, it's a wide bugger. Boy, they didn't need to go that wide with it. They're just crossing a creek. Now this bridge, I'm going to step down here, show you a little. Hopefully I'm going to get this on camera all right. But you can see the bridge is sitting on some big timbers here. And these stringers, they're full length. Each one of those, there's 2 of them. Each one of them weighed 640 pounds. And they brought them in, oddly enough, from that direction, because right over there, right, there's like a meadow in here you can see that this creek is running through. It's more of a bog. And on the other side over there is Beaver Lake. So they brought them from the other side of the lake by snowmobile, drug those big timbers over here by snowmobile, and got them just right on the other side of this birch tree here. And then all they had to do was hand carry them into here. So that helped in the construction of this bridge. But you can see the old original base, these big logs that are underneath. Now those were rotten, those rotted out down there. The one on the bank up there was good, and the one on the bank here was good. So they figured it out with those stringers, they only needed those in the center. And there it is. Now look at these. These planks are rough cut pine, I believe. I believe they're pine, but they are a true, they're over 3 inches thick and 8 inches wide. Now you talk about a solid bridge. So, take a look. That's what it's crossing. This creek is what it's crossing. Just trickling along. Here's the other side. Oop, frog took a jump. This creek trickles through here year-round. I've been hearing snaps and cracks in the woods. Critters are starting to move around quite a bit. The chance of seeing a bear, if a person's quiet, the chance of seeing a bear is better, because the hunters are out pushing them with their dogs right now. They're not actually killing bears right now. They're just chasing them with their dogs, getting their dogs warmed up for hunting season. And so once in a while you'll have a bear come tearing through because he's just on the run trying to avoid the hunters. So that's it. A nice little walk down the North Country Trail to check out their new bridge. Yeah, I'd say that bridge is a little bit overkill. That bridge is a good 10 feet wide. I don't know why it needs to be 10 feet wide. That bridge could have been 4 feet wide. So it's quite a bit of overkill. But it's a beautiful bridge. They did a great job. And some of our Forest Service recreational staff and trail staff worked on it. Otherwise, the rest of the people involved working on it were volunteers. You can see I'm going uphill, still going uphill up here. It's a pretty good uphill grade, but excellent trail, so person can't complain. This type of uphill trekking is pretty good. Get your heart pumping a little bit, but really not a lot of effort. Very nice walk down in here. I'm glad I decided to sneak down here today and check it out. Well, I'm glad that you folks took the time to come along today for this little trek. It's only 11:30 in the morning. I started this trek about 5 minutes after 11. And I can tell already, it is starting to warm up. I wore layers today. I had a sleeveless t-shirt and a lightweight short sleeve shirt over it. And I believe I'm going to have to start shedding. Get rid of one of the shirts. You know, this little walk down in here, by the time you walk down in here, turn around and walk yourself back out, it might be a half hour. You're probably hiking a half mile. And it's a great trail. So if all folks want to do is hike down to the bridge and back, do that once or twice a week, and it's good for you. Good for you. There's a campground sign there, and yeah, it's seen better days. It's pretty wore out. Gotta get the crew to come and repaint that so you can read it. This side of it looks good. I can read campground off there to the left. So here we are back at the junction for the campground. And with that, I'm gonna wrap this up. Hey, it was a blast. Just taking this little hike down there. Kind of got me fired up and warmed up for the day. I'll have to go find something else to do that I can squeeze in before it starts thunderstorming today. I can feel the humidity, and it is warming up. I think it's come up probably 4 or 5 degrees since I headed down. But it was a great walk, and I want to thank you all for tagging along. Hey, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, would you? Ring that bell, then you'll know when I'm doing videos, when I'm posting videos, or when I'm doing a live stream. Plus, at the end of this video, watch, and a playlist will pop up at the very end that you can click on. It'll take you to every video during this summer here out at East Twin and Beaver Lake. check it out. Check it out. And if you will, give me a thumbs up if you like it. I love your comments. Love them. And until the next time, guys, happy camping. And you all have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.